Right, Steve, e-bikes, very cool, but why would I choose to ride an e-mountain bike?
Well, I think freedom more than anything. E-biking, I think it mixes trail and downhill really well. If you're kind of more gravity orientated, then it takes away your reliance on a chairlift or a smelly, worn out uplift van. And I think if you're a trail rider, then the trails become even more flowy. But I think ultimately for both parties, it gives the opportunity to explore new territory which might have been previously out of reach.
Well, we're up in the big hills now, so tell me more.
You want to get in the nitty gritty, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Adventure, get to those out of the way places that you might not previously have got to. Chuck your sleeping bag in your rucksack and head to the hills. But you don't have to rough it. I mean, with a bit of organising, multi-day loops, 5-star in it is quite easy. And one of the great things about e-mountain biking is it gives you a full riding experience. You're not sat in an uplift van or in a chairlift that's stopped in the thunder and lightning in the mountains. No smelly vans, unlimited freedom. Everyone talks about the uphill, steeper, faster, longer. Yeah, well, maybe, but it depends on how fit you are and what mode you ride in. What is for certain is that uphill becomes an engaging part of the ride, not a necessary pain. Technical climbing is a reality, crazy angles a possibility.
Sharing. The ride no longer has to be the preserve of the fit club. In fact, the ride decides full stop. The great thing about e-bikes is that a mixed group of young and old need not necessarily be spread out in the same way as with non-e-bikes. All ages and abilities can share the ride, and what's bad about that? Fit friends go faster and get more of a whole body workout. Remember, the more climbing you do, the more descending you'll be doing, which ultimately means more effort. So contrary to what many people believe, an e-bike for a skilled or fit rider can be even more beneficial. So I've definitely found that an e-mountain bike changes the type of riding I do. When I was young, I used to race downhill and ride downhill all the time, so pushing up hills, relying on uplift, going to races. In my sort of late years after that, I rode a lot of enduro and trail bikes and actually liked riding across country. However, I've now got an e-bike. I find myself going back to my old places, so going back and riding downhill tracks. I can now get sort of 10 runs done in an hour, and I don't have to rely on booking on an uplift or pushing my bike to the top of a downhill. Jump on this and it actually rides really well downhill.
You know, Don, I think one of the great things about e-mountain bike is it's a good introduction to the sport of mountain bike in general. One of the biggest barriers to the sport is the kind of uphill element.
Yeah, it can be not a lot of fun, definitely on your first few rides when you're trying to get some fitness, getting up that hill, it's really tiring.
Yeah, and because I guess it takes the sting out of the ascent, right?
Yeah, and for me, I've ridden mountain bike for 20 odd years. My first time on an e-bike, I got it, it's just fun. Yeah. Forget the arguing, forget the politics, it's just loads of fun to ride.
Yeah, so there you go, e-mountain bike, a great introduction to mountain bike for everybody really.
Click on these links on the screen for a couple more videos from us at EMBN. Click on that logo just there to subscribe to get loads more videos. Give us a thumbs up if you'd like to try an e-mountain bike.